Hi friends, subscribe my channel and give minimum 10,000 likes. Human vision vs animal vision. How animals see the world. Horse vision. Horse eyes are among the largest of any land mammal and are positioned on the sides of the head. This means horses have a range of vision of about 350 degree, with approximately 65 degree of this being binocular vision and the remaining 285 degree monocular vision. The horse's wide range of monocular vision has two blind spots in front of the face, making a cone that comes to a point at about 90 to 120 cm in front of the horse and right behind its head, which extends over the back and behind the tail when standing with the head facing straight forward. Horses naturally see the blue and green color of the spectrum and the color variations based upon them, but cannot distinguish red. Bird's vision. Bird vision studies have surprised experts. Not only do birds perceive familiar colors, but they also can see colors that are part of the ultraviolet and infrared spectrum. Because of its ability to see these additional shades of color, the bird's eye has far better visual acuity than the human eye. The bird's eye can determine the slightest differences between the shades of color that the human eye is unable to detect. The explanation for this ability lies in the cones in the retina. Cones or cells in the bird's retina help detect and differentiate color. Humans only have 3 cones in the eye's retina. Birds have 4, allowing for a broader spectrum of vision. This advantage enables the bird's eye to detect the slightest contrast of color in their environment, helping them spot prey. Birds can see ultraviolet light and have what is called an avian eye. They can change the shape of their eye lens rapidly. But it gets more interesting. Birds of prey have an almost binocular-like vision. This is how they can swoop down and pick up a meal with a precision that will astound you. Eagles can see up to a distance of 1 mile. You might just see a desert, but an eagle can focus on a small lizard out there. Their eyes are like magnifying glass. Only enough though, sparrows see the world through pink-colored glass. They are unable to differentiate blue and green colors. Cat vision. Humans are known as trichromats, meaning they have 3 kinds of cones that allow them to see red, green and blue. Cats are also thought to be trichromats, but not in the same way that humans are. A cat's vision is similar to a human who is colorblind. They can see shades of blue and green, but reds and pinks can be confusing. These may appear more green, while purple can look like another shade of blue. Cats can't see fine detail or rich color, but have a superior ability to see in the dark because of the high number of rods in their retina that are sensitive to dim light. As a result, cats can see using roughly 1/6 the amount light that people need. Cats also have a structure behind the retina called the tapetum that is thought to improve night vision. Cells in the tapetum act like a mirror, reflecting light that passes between the rods and the cones back to the photoreceptors and giving them another chance to pick up the small amount of light available at night. This is what makes cat's eye glow in the dark. Rat vision. Rats are dichromats. They perceive color rather like a human with red-green color blindness, but their color saturation may be quite faint and color appears to be far less important to them than brightness. Rat vision is quite blurry, around 20 to 600 for normally pigmented rats. Humans have 3 types of color cones in our retinas. We have trichromatic vision consisting of short wavelength blue cones, middle wavelength green cones and long wavelength red cones. Rats have just 2 types of cones called dichromatic vision, a short blue UV and the middle green cones. The green cones peak sensitivity is around 510 nanometer, but the blue cones are shifted toward even shorter wavelength than human blue cones, peaking at 359 nanometer. This means rats can see into the ultraviolet. They can see colors that we can't see. Cow vision. Cows are red-green colorblind, which means they see every shade of red and green as a version of grey or black. In addition to grey and black, cows see muted version of yellow and blue. Unlike human eyes, cows have only two color receptors. They won't see all the possible shades of yellow and blue, especially as they lean toward the green spectrum. But their world isn't totally made up of shades of grey. Cattle see things very differently than humans do. Their eyes are located on the sides of their head, which gives them range of vision of more than 300 degrees. People have vision of about 180 degrees. Their larger field of vision gives them a much smaller blind spot. They see all but directly behind them. When cattle have their heads down to graze, they can see almost 360 degrees. As they raise their heads, the sides of their bodies create a blind spot behind them. This panoramic vision allows them to see in all directions without moving their heads. Dog vision. Dogs have rod-dominated retinas that allow them to see well in the dark. Along with superior night vision, dogs have better motion visibility than humans have. However, because their retinas contain only about 1/10 the concentration of cones, dogs do not see colors as humans do. Dogs see like a colorblind human. Many people think that a person who is red-green colorblind cannot see any color. But there are variations of color blindness. Most people have vision that is trichromatic. People who are red-green colorblind are dichromatic. Dogs' retinas can distinguish two colors. These colors are blue, violet, and yellow. Dogs can also differentiate between shades of gray. Dogs are unable to recognize green, orange, and red. Predator species like human and dogs have eyes set close together. Human eyes are set straight forward, while dog eyes, depending on the breed, are usually set at a 20-degree angle. This angle increases the field of view and therefore increases the peripheral vision of the dog. But increased peripheral vision compromises the amount of binocular vision. Binocular vision occurs where the field of view of each eye overlaps. Binocular vision is necessary for depth perception. The wider set eyes of dog have less overlap and less binocular vision. Dogs' depth perception is best when they look straight ahead. Mice vision. Mice are colorblind. They see a very limited number of colors, similar to what some human with colorblindness see. That doesn't mean they don't see any colors at all, but they can't see many. They look at the world in shades of grey and a few additional hues like dull yellow and blue. Mice eyes conveniently just out prominently from their heads, which enable them to pick up on motion from all different sides. Mice can make focal points out of things that are between 1 and 2 feet away in distance. However, they can pick up on motion as far away as 45 feet. Since mice follow nocturnal patterns and are mostly out and about in dark conditions, they heavily depend on their whiskers to get them from point A to B. Rabbit's vision. The rabbit visual system is designed to quickly and effectively detect approaching predators from almost any direction. The eyes are placed high and to the sides of the skull, allowing the rabbit to see nearly 360 degrees as well as far above her head. Rabbits tend to be farsighted, which explains why they may be frightened by an airplane flying overhead even if their human companion can barely see it. Rabbits have small blind spot directly in front of his face. For an animal to have binocular vision, the field of view of both eyes must overlap to some degree. The central blind spot in the rabbit's field of view precludes a three-dimensional view of nearby objects. When your bunny cocks her head and seems to be looking at you sideways, she is actually looking as straight at you as is possible for a bunny. As far as we know, she does not have a primate's level of depth perception at such close range. Rabbits do have a limited ability to discriminate between some wavelength of light, perceiving them as different colors. Evidently, they can discriminate between the wavelength we call green and blue. Although rabbits may not perceive green and blue the way we do, they can tell them apart. This means they have limited color vision, probably conferred by two different categories of cone cells, blue and green. The other type of photoreceptor, the rod cell, confers high visual sensitivity in low light situation but relatively poor resolution. The rabbit retina has much higher ratio of rods to cones than the human retina has. Although a rabbit can see better than a human in low light condition, his low light image has much poorer resolution than the daytime images formed by your cone-rich primate retina. Owl vision. The forward-facing aspect of the eyes that give an owl its wise appearance also give it a wide range of binocular vision. This means the owl can see objects in 3 dimensions and can judge distances in a similar way to humans. The field of view for an owl is about 110 degrees, with about 70 degrees being binocular vision. By comparison, humans have a field of view that covers 180 degrees, with 140 degrees being binocular. The retina of an owl's eye has an abundance of light-sensitive rod cells. Although these cells are very sensitive to light and movement, they do not react well to color. Cells that do react to color are called cone cells, and an owl's eye possesses few of these, so most owls see in limited color or in monochrome. Since owls have extraordinary night vision, it is often thought that they are blind in strong light. This is not true, because their pupils have a wide range of adjustment, allowing the right amount of light to strike the retina. Some species of owls can actually see better than humans in bright light. Owls and other animals with excellent night vision have a reflective surface behind their retina known as the tapetum lucidum. This thin layer allows light to reflect back into the animal's eye after it's already passed through, giving the animal 2 chances to collect an adequate amount of light. Thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the like button. See you again.